There we go. Yay. We're good. We're good. Oh, my friend is here. How you doing, Jason? Can you hear me?
How you doing, Claude?
Good. How's our audio today?
Good. Good. Sounds good.
Good.
Hey,
Good. I ran 15 miles today, and I can prove it. Here I go.
That's awesome. Hey, I was going to ask you again, what shoes to look at? What shoes do you recommend?
Running shoes are very subjective.
Right.
You're gonna laugh at this. When I'm a little achy, I run in a pair of Hokas because they're very cushy.
Yeah.
But I run in Luna sandals. I run like what Spartacus used to wear.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember. Believe it or not, I do remember the original, Kirk Douglas. Yeah.
Oh yeah, awesome. I run in running sandals. Did 15 miles today. It is on my watch. I don't know if it shows.
That's awesome. I see it now. Yeah, no, I see it now.
Got the circles filled up.
Yeah, that's killer. I did about 6. I did about 6.
I run every day, and today I'm up in Winter Park, Colorado, and I ran up to 11,000. I ran in up to 11,000 feet, and just had a great day running. That's on your end then. Sorry,
okay, I got it. Oh, that's okay. Yeah,
pay your Wi-Fi bill.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've got we're drinking some light beer. I've been drinking light beer lately. I love regular beer.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to watch my girlish figure. So we got a little Corona Premier here, which is their
I like it. I've had that.
90 calories, 2.6 carbs. Not a bad I just got this. I've never tried it before. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's refreshing, it's full flavored.
I have had that. Yeah, for one of those real low cal, it tastes better than like the Mick Ultra and some of those others.
Something else I've been drinking: Ultra Organic Light Lager.
I gotcha.
Okay, and this is also very low beer. How you doing, Neil?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you all?
We're talking about this is sacrilege to a good Canadian, but I'm drinking these light beers.
Cheers.
And then I have another Ultra. This is the Ultra Organic.
Hey, Grayson, cheers.
Hey.
So, cheers.
I'm having a connection problem. Can you hear me okay, Neil?
I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I. It's just
a little.
You may want to go up and come back on. Anyway, Michelob Ultra. I love the bottle. I love these aluminum bottles. They keep the beer nice and everything like that. We're going to I'm going to show a video right now. And just before we get started, so you guys can drink some beer. Mr. J Money says has a question here. Best business degree to get. Good question. I mean, I have an associate's degree in business. Then I went to a 4-year college. I got a business degree from Stockton State College. Then I got a doctorate in law. The best degree I got, honestly, for ladies and gentlemen, it's on the wall there, back there. It's next to my law degree. It's the Morristown, New Jersey School of Bartending degree. I'll run and grab it after I show this video. I have a video. I've always, if I was going to start all over again, would I get all that education? I don't know. It's the question I ask myself sometimes. Did I need all that? I took a lot of useless courses, little courses but I also took courses in economics, in accounting, in marketing. I had one professor. We started a credit union, literally a people's bank, which still exists today, the Stockton Federated Credit Union. It's a good experience. I like college. I think it was a good experience. Got me out of the house. I was working a full-time job while I was going to college. It was a good experience. A lot of people today are looking down on education. What do you guys think before I show my video?
I say that life experience is the best, but school is life experience.
Yeah. I mean, is there a book that can tell us that? Is there a book that's going to tell us how to drink beer and how to enjoy beer, or should we just drink the beer?
Just drink the beer.
Just drink it, man.
Just drink the beer, baby.
Yeah, I heard you earlier. You were talking about Hokas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. Yeah. I did about 6 miles today.
Yeah, I like Hokas only because they're a little easier on the joints sometimes. There are days when maybe your back or your knees are hurting a little bit, and the Hoka's are a wonderful shoe. I mean, they're real cushy. Then the other way of thought is that a shoe should be very sturdy and hard. I run in Luna running sandals, which I love. I can put a couple thousand miles on those sandals and they won't wear out. And your feet don't sweat because they're just open. Okay. I mean, I know you folks are home right now drinking beer. Sweaty feet may not be the topic we want to talk about today.
I want to talk about anything.
Okay. I've got a video here. It's only 6 minutes long. I'm gonna share this and then come right back to you guys. And you folks, if you have questions you want to post, please feel free to do it. If you want to join us, we've got plenty of room. I can take up to 10 people here. The chat link is in there. But I'm going to show this video and I'll be back in 6 minutes. Okay. And I want to make sure, where's my screen? There it is. Can you see that screen okay there?
Sure can.
Okay, here we go.
Let me take this second to introduce our commencement speaker. It truly is a privilege to have Elon Musk join us today. He doesn't need much of an introduction, but let me tell you a little bit about him. He grew up in South Africa, got his degrees from Wharton, came to California, started a company, merged into a company, sold a company called PayPal. Some of you might use it. He then has gone on to become the CEO of Tesla Motors and the CEO of SpaceX. And in his mind, he has lots of brilliant ideas. I know it's truly an honor and a privilege to have him join us today, Mr. Elon Musk.
All right, thank you. So I've got about apparently 5 or 6 minutes to say the most useful things I can think of. I'm going to do my best. It was suggested that I distill things down to three items. I think I'll go with 4. And I'll try. I think these are pretty important ones. Some of them are going to sound like, well, you've heard it before, but it's worth reemphasizing. I think the first is you need to work, depending on how well you want to do, particularly if you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. So what does super hard mean? Well, when my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA, and we're so hot up, we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night, 7 days a week, all the time. And I sort of briefly had a girlfriend in that period, and in order to be with me, she had to sleep in the office. So work hard, like, every waking hour. That's the thing I would say, particularly if you're starting a company. And I mean, if you do simple math, say like, okay, if somebody else is working 50 hours and you're working 100, you'll get twice as much done in the course of a year as the other company. The other thing I'd say is that if you're creating a company or if you're joining a company, the most important thing is to attract great people. So either join a group that's amazing that you really respect, or if you're building a company, you've got to gather great people. I mean, all a company is a group of people that have gathered together to create a product or service. And so depending upon how talented and hardworking that group is, and the degree to which they are focused cohesively in a good direction, that will determine the success of the company. So do everything you can to gather great people if you're creating a company. Then I'd say focus on signal over noise. a lot of companies get confused. They spend money on things that don't actually make the product better. So, for example, at Tesla, we've never spent any money on advertising. We put all of the money into R&D and manufacturing and design to try to make the car as good as possible. And I think that's the way to go. So for any given company, just keep thinking about, are these efforts that people are expending, are they resulting in a better product or service? And if they're not, stop those efforts. And then the final thing is to sort of don't just follow the trend. So you may have heard me say that it's good to think in terms of the physics approach of first principles, which is, rather than reasoning by analogy, you boil things down to the most fundamental truths you can imagine, and you reason up from there. And this is a good way to figure out if something really makes sense, or if it's just what everybody else is doing. And it's hard to think that way. You can't think that way about everything. It takes a lot of effort. But if you're trying to do something new, it's the best way to think. And that framework was developed by physicists to figure out counterintuitive things like quantum mechanics. So it's really a powerful method. Anyway, so that's, and then I think that the final thing I would encourage you to do is, now is the time to take risk. You don't have, you don't have kids. Your obligation. Well, sorry, probably don't have kids. But as you get older, your obligations increase. So and once you have a family, you start taking risks not just for yourself but for your family as well. It gets much harder to do things that might not work out. So now is the time to do that before you have those obligations. So I would encourage you to take risks now, to do something bold. You won't regret it. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go back here. Let's stop sharing.
That's something to think about.
Oh, the guy, he was very nervous, obviously. You can hear me okay, Neil?
I can.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he, I'll comment on that comment. I don't know if he was really that nervous. I've watched him speak a lot of times, and he's never been the most fluent speaker.
No.
But he always has something great to say.
He has great things to say. You got to listen. The words that he says are just amazing.
Yeah.
And I have so much. One of my things I love to do. I think if you're going to be successful, you have to create an environment of success. What's the simplest way to do that? Hang around with successful people, honest people who made money, that not trust fund babies or something like that. Hang around with somebody who did it from scratch, like Elon Musk, like Steve Jobs, like Bill Gates came from a pretty well-to-do family, but he started a business from literally nothing. And just amazing to me. Okay, we have some other fellows who want to join us here. We got an okay. Hi, Jason. Jason, you got to mute yourself, buddy. Just amazing. Okay, we have some other fellows who want to join us. Okay.
There we go.
I had to mute you, Jason, because you got too much background noise there. We have two Jasons, actually. How about that? And we have our other Jason here. Hi, Jason.
There we go.
There we go. Let me see. I can unmute you. I think I don't know if you can unmute yourself. There you go.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. And the other Jason, I'll unmute you too if you turned off the background noise. There we go. I'm trying to unmute you. Anyway, I want to talk about Elon Musk for a minute. He talks there we go. Can't unmute your guest because they choose to mute themselves. Okay. Neil, you have to unmute yourself. Oh, literally, Nehemiah's even here. Okay. There we go. How you doing, Nehemiah?
I'm great, Claude. How are you?
That vodka or water, man?
It's water. It's water. It's
In a
water.
cognac glass. I like that. But Elon Musk, the guy, if you heard in the beginning, he started PayPal, literally worked in a small office, couldn't afford an apartment, lived in that office. They shared one computer, by the way. I've heard him say that before. They couldn't afford two computers. This is not a guy who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He had a vision. He had a passion. He worked like hell. Okay. He said, if everybody else was working 40 hours, I'm going to work 80 hours to get to my financial goal, or whatever my goal is, sooner than somebody else. I have so much respect for people who work that hard and are that creative. And they work, and it's about working smart too. And a lot of people work very hard, but they never get to their financial goals. It's a little more complicated than that, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. And you know, and he talked something interesting he said about Tesla. I'm going to own it. I've got a love affair with Cadillac, but I'm dying to get a Tesla one.
Me too. Me too. I got a love affair with Cadillac myself. You know, I'm from Detroit, so Motown. I have to. You know.
I've just always loved Cadillacs. I like big cars. I like the ride. I love the technology of Cadillac. I love the styling. I mean, when I have an XT8 right now. I lease them every year. I get a 1 or 2 year lease every year. I love leases. I beat the hell out of them, and then I give them back, and I get a brand new fresh car with new tires, new brakes, and the company pays for it. So that's a tax thing, but it works really good. But the thing is, he said Elon Musk in that what we just said, he spent no money on advertising. Now, if you guys know anything about me, I spend no money on advertising either. I used to spend over $10,000 a month on advertising. Okay. And that's in the old days. I'm talking 15 years ago plus. That was a lot of money. That would probably be comparable to 25,000 today. Okay. I was in Success Magazine. I was in the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, USA Today, Entrepreneur Magazine. I was in Barron's. I was in a lot of really good newspapers and magazines. But people don't really read those like they used to today. And that's not where people today, you get people's attention through social media. Like we're doing right now. I'm doing a live stream. I'm simultaneously on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube Live, Twitch, Vimeo. And it's all I'm doing is producing content. Guess how much it cost me, guys? Zip. Not a
zero.
Yeah, zero. And this brings me, and people always say, Claude, how do I get leads? I wanted to talk a little bit about marketing today. My leads come in through content-based marketing.
Content-based marketing.
Content-based marketing. What do I do? Well, when we didn't have the pandemic, I did public speaking once or twice a month. Man, I'd speak in front of 2 nuns and a Boy Scout if they'd take me. Real estate club, my favorite club in the world, the San Diego Investors Association, SDCIA in San Diego, and clubs all over the U.S. I've spoken Birmingham, Florida, North Carolina, New York, Texas, California, all over the place. Public speaking, if you speak in front of a group of real estate investors or a real estate club, and you're somewhat entertaining or informative, and you don't I don't hold anything back. I'm totally transparent to be. I tell about my mistakes and everything. And the next day and a week or two after that day, I get phone calls, texts, and emails. I do YouTube videos. I have 1,100 YouTube videos on there. I do, in July, I think I did about 15 videos. Already August, I have about 12 or 13 videos already set up, scheduled. When people see those videos, I offer something for free, a free book, anything for free besides the content. And I get emails, I get texts, I get people scheduling on my webpage. All content-based. Doesn't cost me anything. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever gave me that. All content-based marketing. And I got to tell you something. This is pretty obvious. You think it's true or false? You think it's easier to talk to 3, 4, 5 warm prospects a day than do 100 or 1,000 cold calls to prospects who don't want to hear from you.
Yeah. Talking to someone that's interested in what you present to them, that's a lot easier.
Yeah, much easier. So let's work. I believe in working hard. Making all that content takes time. I spend about an hour a day doing content, and I usually speak to somewhere between 2 to 5 warm prospects a day. People who have deals, properties, all over the world, not just the U.S. I have clients in Canada, Mexico, Europe, Asia, South America, Africa. All over the
Africa, really?
Africa, yes. I have clients from South Africa, from Nigeria, from Kenya,
Wow.
and another country. Oh gosh, there's so many countries in Africa. I can't remember them all. There must be 50 countries in that continent.
Yeah, it is.
And everything. I mean, I have Hong Kong, Asia, Kuala Lumpur, Australia, another continent. And this is just through social media marketing. And I'm a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk. Have you guys ever read or listened to Gary Vaynerchuk?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, and Gary is one. And here, let me show you guys something. This is from
Gary V.
Gary V, man. And Gary, the best book, one of the best books I ever read on marketing is called Thank You Economy. It's really his first book. It's a quick read. And he basically says you got to be grateful for your prospects. When you get what is a prospect really worth? I mean, some people, when you think about what the money people spend to get a prospect, they buy mail lists, they do postcard mailings, they hire virtual assistants to follow up, they do text messaging, mojo dialers, all this stuff. This all costs money. Okay, what's a prospect really worth to get you to do a deal? Maybe $500, $1,000. When it's all said and done, how much is that prospect really worth? One good prospect.
One good prospect is probably a couple thousand if you're paying all that out the way.
I get quality prospects every day texting me, emailing me, scheduling me just through virtual attraction marketing. That's what I got. We got some comments here. And by the way, you folks who are listening in your car, if you want to post a comment in Periscope or Facebook, I'll be glad to acknowledge you and give you and answer your question here. What do we have? Maybe we start with what we are talking about. We're going to talk about beer. We're talking about Elon Musk. We're talking about
marketing
right now. We're talking about some more beer. I'm almost done with my Corona Premier here. Drinking light beer today because I knocked out my 15 miles. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, I want to talk about the Max Award. I have a little award that I give out every October to one of my mentees. Here, I'll show it to you right now. Just got this in the mail, specially ordered.
Nice.
Yes,
that's nice.
I love it.
Basically, the 2020 Max Award's a giant timer because time is important. Time is money.
Yeah, and this right here has changed how I look at the way I operate.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Think about, what can you do in 3 minutes? No bad jokes.
Yeah.
Okay. What can you do in 3 minutes with a prospect? So I guess Space Love 78, we're gonna talk about a variety of things. This is more of a casual. I like to keep this fun and light while I'm gulping down beer. It was I've been running all day. So I told my wife I was going out for a run. I think 3.5, 4 hours later, I'm dragging back home. Let me show you guys something. For those of you just listening, you're going to have to take my word. You guys want to look at thousands of dollars from today? This is thousands of dollars that I made today. My word of honor. I'm showing it to you right now. Here, I can even show you the date on here, so I'm not. I hate gurus who BS. I really do. I want to. Where is the date on this little thing? This is the summary report from just all the notes that we ran today. Look at all those notes. Each line is another note.
Hey, that's my name.
Yeah, really? These are real estate notes.
My goodness, but it's worth it.
These are real estate notes. These are people on deals I've done that pay me anywhere from $100 to several $1,000s every month. Okay. And I like to show this to you guys. So this is real. This is stuff. I don't know if the other crew show stuff like this. Here we go. The big man is in the room. You can, and I get those notes by, if we do a deal, what's he got on his head there? What is that?
Is
he wearing underwear?
No, it's not underwear. It's a hair wrap from the wifey.
Okay. There he goes. You don't know how lucky. You know how lucky you are.
My head too. Wait,
there you go. We're waving. We're waving at you.
Enjoy.
Here we go.
Thank you.
You know what? I miss them. My kids are grown up, and I miss those days when they're loud and annoying and crawling all over me and jumping all. You know, when you believe it or not, this is some of the best times of your life when you got when you can work from home, take care of your family and your responsibilities, and not be an uncle to your children, but be a father, a dad.
Father, yeah.
You know,
That's
big. That's huge, man.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's what life's about. They're gonna remember. They're gonna remember someday. You know what? My dad. I had a real dad. My dad worked so hard. I didn't understand it. He worked tirelessly. He'd get up at 5 a.m. I wouldn't see him. He'd come home late at night, tired and grumpy and everything. He didn't want me crawling all over him.
My goodness, that's a wonderful dad though, to go in and put those hours in to make sure you're fed. You know,
he was a wonderful dad, but I had to grow up to understand what he was sacrificing.
Right? Exactly.
You know, you grow up and you say, you know what, maybe he didn't throw the ball with me as much as I wanted him to, but he always put food on my table and everything. And he took care of my mom and my brother and everything. These are things you realize when you get older. But when you're a little kid, you want your dad to throw the ball with you.
Yeah.
You know, to tumble with you. My dad was just he worked hard. He was like Elon Musk. He was an immigrant. Immigrants have something to prove, I think. What do you think about that Elon Musk working out of he lived in an office. He showered at the YMCA. He shared a computer with it, and he built PayPal, and he sold it eventually for billions of dollars. What is I love PayPal. What do you guys use? Venmo, PayPal?
No, yeah, PayPal is definitely in the books of like a must. You know, especially when you're running a small business, they fulfill a necessary need. But Elon Musk's story is extremely motivating. It's inspiration. I love some of his tweets. You know, I follow him on Twitter, and some of his tweets just be some of the, you know, left field, right? It just be so random, but it comes from a real place, you know. It comes from a real place.
He says he's not politically correct, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. He ruffles feathers.
I like people who speak their mind, even if I don't agree with them. I like someone who's transparent and someone who's honest. I'm so tired of politicians who talk out of both sides of their mouths. Don't make everybody happy. Tell me what's the truth, your truth.
Right.
Everything. I'll respect it. Okay. So I like Elon Musk is he'll see he went to California when they wouldn't let him open his Tesla plant. And he said, well, if you don't let me open, I'm just going to Texas like everybody else in California.
Yeah. And then he threatened to go to China at one point too because of the graphite. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Who else do we have here? Jeff E. How are you, buddy? I can't hear you. I think you're muted or something, or maybe I have to unmute you. There we go. I'll unmute your mic. Oh, you have to do it yourself there. There we go. Okay.
I'm doing great. Thanks.
Good to see you. Yeah, good. Did you watch that Elon Musk? I like studying successful people. I think that environment. I think you have to put ourselves. When I'm around success, I love meeting successful people. I love talking to airline pilots and doctors and lawyers and entrepreneurs. I like talking to real people who have made it financially in this great country. They inspire me. They motivate me. My mentor, and I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Okay. I mean, really, every more month than money. I've been there, man. And I met this guy who could make more money in one phone call than I could make in a whole year. And when you meet someone like that, you go, oh my God, how do they do it? What is that secret sauce this guy has? How does he do this? What does he have? Some mystical powers or voodoo or something? How does someone get on the phone and talk somebody into giving them a lease purchase contract or something, or get a contract on a property or sell that contract in one phone call? How does somebody do that? That just fascinated me. Is somebody typing on your keyboard? Because I can hear you. The microphone picks up everything. Anyway, I love studying successful people. I love reading biographies of people who came from nothing and made it. Gary Vaynerchuk, we were talking about him earlier, a Russian immigrant, came to the country. I think him and his family were living in New York and in a one-bedroom apartment. His father got a job at a liquor store in New Jersey, had to commute for hours every day. Gary ended up working in that liquor store, filling bags of ice after school or on weekends. And he got the idea of putting a wine online and turned that into a multi-million-dollar business, selling wine online. How many millionaires, billionaires? Jeff Bezos. Okay, I don't know his background. Do you guys know anything about him? I mean,
nah, not much. But
go ahead.
Well, nothing much besides what the most recent news about him, but doesn't really say much about his character. I really would like to see a bio on him about, to see how he became who he is. Some of his successful habits by, waking up early, not taking any calls or doing any business after, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 10 a.m. He shuts down after like 10 a.m. He handles everything between 7 and 10, and for the rest of the day, he don't even think about business. He's just real sharp.
When Jeff Bezos started Amazon, it was just a bookstore. Do you guys remember when it was first started? He was just selling books online, competing with Barnes and Noble and some of the other book selling. Have bookstores? Are bookstores? I love bookstores, by the way.
Yeah.
When my kids were small, we didn't take them to the toy store. We took them to the library or the bookstore.
Yes.
You guys, I don't mind spending money on books. And my kids buy books. My kids would curl up with Harry Potter or whatever book. My kids, I love it. My kids would fight over books.
Yeah. Because in LA, downtown LA, if I'm not mistaken, it's called The Last Bookstore. And, I hate to say that, I believe they shut down downtown LA, The Last Bookstore. And even Barnes and Noble's here. I take my son in there, and it's really a good experience for him to just run around and just grab a book, looking at the cover and just being appreciative of the pages, because we're really transitioning to a digital world where the iPad and the Kindles are really taking over. So
I read the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal every day on my little iPad mini here. I love this device. When I'm flying, I haven't flown, and God, I haven't flown. Last flight I took was, I think, in January 2020. I used to fly, take trips and vacations. We can't do anything anymore.
Can't do anything. I read Barron's every day. So
I like Barron's. I used to. I don't subscribe to it anymore. My favorite magazine is called The Week, which is a magazine that takes all the articles from all over the place and everything like that. And we got my buddy Shaun Osby. Shaun, come on, man, join us. I'd love to have you join us. Rod, Jeff Bezos left a well-paid WS job. I don't know what WS stands for.
Wall Street, maybe.
Wall Street. Thank you. One beer, and I don't know what WS means. Packed his bags and together with his wife set out to Seattle and hope one day to be in a position to afford a forklift for Amazon early days. Thank you, Rod. I love stories like that. Guys who have passion, who have vision, who work their ass off. How many jobs has Jeff Bezos created? Literally with one man, with one idea. I mean, you think about it. Microsoft. How many jobs were created from Microsoft? One guy left college and went down to New Mexico and did some coding and found a guy with a real simple computer. Okay, Bill, help me out, Bill. from Microsoft? Oh God,
Bill Gates.
Bill
Bill
Gates.
Gates. Thank you. Wow. I gotta stop drinking this beer. This light
Don't
beer.
worry about it.
It's this light beer. You know, I love those stories where these guys get just one guy. How many jobs has Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or Steve Jobs or Elon Musk? How many thousands and thousands of jobs are created by these by these people with a vision? Here's a question for you. Who made the world a better place? Mother Teresa or Jeff Bezos?
Well, you know,
I guess it depends on your perspective.
Give me what's your perspective? I'm serious. How many people can put food on the table, have a job, everything? Mother Teresa, God bless, wonderful woman, rest in peace, and everything. And she worked with the people in Calcutta and everything, and gave aid and comfort. Totally gave up her life to help other people. An inspiration, of course, and everything. But how about a man who gave people tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of jobs out there?
Yeah.
You know, I believe in capitalism. I know it's a dirty word right now.
Nah, capitalism is misunderstood. I would rather say it's a misunderstood word, but it definitely works. Like Jeff Bezos, there's an Amazon warehouse being built not too far from here, and they're actually hiring, if I'm not mistaken, over 1,000 people. You know, so you can imagine, and even in these trying times, they're still excelling. So I believe they beat earnings this week too. So the market went up like $400. So
people, it's
the funny thing about these leaders is that we hear so much in the media about people criticizing them all the time. I think it's incredible in a negative way, because I mean they've done so much good. Just people just want, I don't know.
I think they're trolls.
I don't know what it is. Are we just picking on them? Yeah.
I think there's a lot of jealousy. Okay, well, they're rich and I'm working a job I don't like and not making enough money, so I'm going to attack this guy. I mean, what happened? Jeff Bezos wanted to build an Amazon factory, a distribution center in Queens, New York. How did they treat him, and what was the end result?
Oh man, I don't know.
They chased him out of New York. Okay, they said, we don't want you here. It's too crowded. He was going to create 40,000 jobs, I believe. A lot of them 6-figure jobs. Okay, and the politicians, for some reason, I don't quite understand it, really started attacking him personally and everything else. And you know what he said? You know what he said to New York?
Peace.
Bye-bye, baby.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Yeah, I'm out of here. And I think he moved the plant. He's moving it to Virginia. Help me out. Help me out, Jeff. What you sound? You look like you know more than me on this topic.
I wish I did. I didn't keep up on that part.
Yeah.
But he has, I believe, Jeff Bezos has created a lot of work from home jobs for a lot of people and helped them create new businesses. You know, they were able to leave their jobs and start a business working from home. So I think that was a great thing that he created right there.
Yeah. You know, I wonder, personally, I never wanted to have anything that big. I never wanted a lot of employees. I love working from home. I just wanted to make a good living. Okay. It turned into be a very profitable, very successful business because I had a great teacher, a great mentor who taught me how to sell. And I applied it to real estate and then sales training and everything. But I always wanted to, I wanted to think big, but be small. Okay. When I say big, I wanted to have low expenses. I wanted to have big profits. I didn't want to have employees. I've had employees. Employees are kind of a pain in the ass. Okay. If truth be told, how many of you guys have ever had employees? People, okay. Always, you got to train them, and then there's problems, and you get involved in their personal life.
Yeah.
So, the laws today are very, it's very scary. If somebody says something about you, makes up something about you, you're on the defensive.
Yeah.
It's very scary. So I work with my wife out of my homes. I live in California and Colorado and North Carolina, and we spend a lot of time in Hawaii and stuff. And I just love, get me near a phone, get me on that phone. Let me talk to people in an adult to adult fashion and make offers I make offers every day to people. And please say no to me if it's not right for you. If you're not comfortable with it, it's okay to say no to me. Just say it quickly. Don't make me chase you and text you for 3 months. Okay. Here's one of my favorite phrases. I think impatience is a virtue. What do you guys think? Not patience, impatience.
Impatience is a virtue.
What do you think about that?
That's a deep statement right there. Impatience. Like,
Impatience. Don't wait for shit to happen. Make it happen.
Yeah. And yeah, make it happen. That really puts the pressure on you. Like, you really should perform, and you're responsible for your success.
Yeah. Oh, you're responsible for your success.
Yeah, your wish is your command.
That's one of my in my book, The Mentor Teaches Success.
Yeah.
That's one of my most important principles.
Yep.
You become successful when you take total responsibility for your situation. You can blame God, the weather, you can blame other people, you can blame lawyers, politicians. That's all right. But when you say, you know what, if it's going to get done, I'm going to get it done. And I do the marketing for my company. I do the sales. I do all that. I do all that stuff. I do my own contracts when I make offers. My wife, thank goodness, does the accounting, and we have a lot of outside people to help us. I have an outside corporate attorney. I have a trademark attorney. I have a great accountant. I have a financial advisor. I use people who are really great in specific areas to help me, but I don't want employees.
Right.
I don't want employees. Shaun Osby has something here.
So I was you.
Go ahead.
You spoke about. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you were speaking about Mother Teresa, and I was listening to somebody's perspective about her. To do everything that she had done, she was quite the salesman, because she had to negotiate with tons of people to get everything done the way she wanted it done, and to help all those people.
That's
exactly.
Sales again.
Sales
we
again.
We think we think it's only capitalism, but it isn't. It's just human relationships.
That's right. Yeah.
Persuasion,
influence.
Yeah. And what's the other word I like to use? Positive manipulation. I'll give you. Do you think manipulation is a dirty word? Does it have a negative connotation?
Yes, by definition.
It does.
Sometimes, yeah. The positive manipulation is definitely for us in sales, and the individual that we're working with or speaking to, and that conversational hypnosis, we have intentions that is for us to help them come to an intelligent decision. So yeah. If
I'm your doctor, Nehemiah, and you're smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day, and they're not good for your health, and you're complaining to me, but you don't have the will, and I find a way through hypnosis or chewing gum or something like that, and I manipulate you in some way to positively to stop smoking, so you live a long, healthy life, to see your children go to college and get married and have wonderful lives. And is there something wrong with that type of manipulation?
Not at all. Not at all. You're benefiting my life, my family. Even though the power is in my hands, you pretty much take it out of my hands and just it's like altering that thought, but no.
Am I allowed to manipulate people if I think it's in their best interest?
Yes.
Kind of a funny question there.
It is. Yeah, but you're a hypnosis.
I believe in, I have a degree. Someone was asking earlier about education. One of the things I've always wanted to learn was more about hypnosis, the power of suggestion, which kind of falls into this line of what we're speaking about, persuasion and influence. Can I use my word skills to suggest, to paint a picture in your mind so that it goes right to your subconscious? Dr. Milton Erickson is the father of conversational hypnosis. And he said, we could influence people greatly. We could help them. And he helped people who had mental health issues, who couldn't sleep at night, who had all different kinds of things. And he found a way to help people by the way he asked questions, the way he used words. We have incorporated this, or I have incorporated this into Guts sales. When
2.0.
Yeah, 2.0. When I sell to somebody, somebody is in an apartment and they're wasting their money making their landlord rich. And I go to them and I'll say something with a lot of adjectives, a lot of verbs. And I'll say, imagine you and your family, you and your wife, you're out of this one bedroom, you're into your own home. You have privacy. The kids have their own room. The property is now going up in value. You're paying down the mortgage, the principal. It's appreciating because you're in a good area. You have the kids can play in the backyard on the fresh cut. Can you smell that fresh cut grass? Isn't that I love that smell. And then it's the weekend and you and your wife are drinking a nice glass of wine while the barbecue is going. Can you smell those steaks and the shrimp and the lobster sizzling on the grill with the butter melting on it and everything? Okay. What's in your mind there, Jeff? Are you getting hungry? He's got a Shiner Bock. I love Shiner. You know, there's something about a man. I can trust a man who drinks cheap beer. Shiner Bock is that is a good old Texas beer. It's made in this one little town in Texas, right? Jeff, I can't hear you. Gotta unmute you. You gotta unmute yourself there. There you go.
Yeah, it's made in a little town called Shiner, Texas.
Shiner, Texas. That's right. And the whole town works for this little brewery. And everybody's always happy drink. And it's a dark beer. It's a brown kind of beer, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I thought it was a light beer, but it actually turned out to be.
It was a couple Germans who started that. Right? Yeah, there was German immigrants who started all these breweries, you know, Rheingold, Budweiser. These are all German European names, you know.
I like Germans.
Yeah. Sprichst du ein bisschen Deutsch? Meine Deutsch sind nicht sehr gut. Habt ihr ein Badezimmer?
I don't speak it. Sorry.
I just asked you I said I don't
speak bathroom.
German, and I asked you where the bathroom is.
Yep.
I don't mean to brag, gentlemen, but I can find a bathroom in 6 different languages.
Yeah. That's the most important.
Especially if you're drinking beer with Claude, as we're doing here. By the way, I'm drinking I've been going towards some of these light beers lately, low carbs, low calories. This is a Michelob Ultra. And you know that first or second beer that goes down really too fast? Might as well drink a lighter beer before you go to the good stuff, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But Claude, let me ask you, can you give us more insight in regards to content marketing and like your approach to it? I know we only got a few more minutes left.
I will. I just want to acknowledge Shaun here real quick. My buddy Shaun, one of the smartest men in Omaha, Nebraska. When they chased Amazon away, New York lost 30 to 40,000 jobs with an average 6-figure income. The city's tax base is paying for it now. Absolutely. They chased Jeff Bezos and they just attacked him. I don't know why. I mean, the man was just trying to create jobs, but what's the expression? Cut off your nose to spite your face. Social Experiment. Dear Uncle Claude, great to see you and team here. Thank you, Social Experiment. And if anybody else has a question or something, feel free to post it. And we're going to go, Mr. Harvard. What a great name. That is an awesome name. Mr. Harvard asked me about marketing. What did you want to know about my kind of marketing?
Well, I'm entering into a new space, as we know, and now it's really about building a brand. So in regards to the approach and keeping the expenses low when it comes to marketing is really, using YouTube, Twitch, these streaming services, being able to outline just some micro videos that's to the point, but still interest, that's providing some type of quality content. So my question would be, just any more insight? Like we're just talking right now, we're drinking beers, just things that you've learned over the years that you could say, you know, do this, don't do this. What would that be?
I believe in, great question, by the way. Thank you for asking. I believe in reverse engineering. By that I mean, there's an old Indian expression: you become my friend when you walk in my moccasins. What is your who is your prospect?
Okay.
What is your prospect looking for? What are their needs, their pains, their problems? What are they looking for? And you put yourself in their shoes. You say, hey, if I was a guy, for instance, if you're in real estate, I want to buy a home, sell a home, finance a home. What is the information I'm really going to, what is the stuff I'm going to type into Google? What am I going to look for?
Buzzwords.
Okay. What are those words? Those, we used to call them meta tags or buzzwords or whatever you want to call them. And if we can put out content with a sexy title, by the way, you got to put a sexy title with a nice picture. So when they go into Google and they type it in, a picture can tell 10,000 words. Okay. You got to have a picture in there that is attractive, that gets their attention. You got to have a title in there that says, my 5 secrets of success for generating warm leads every day. Wow. Someone's going to click. And then when you do it, skip the commercials. Okay. Nobody wants to hear commercials anymore. Get right to the content. And if you can give that content, don't hold anything back. People always tell me, Claude, some of the stuff you give away for free on YouTube is better than what I pay for.
Yeah.
That's because I know when I go to do you ever go to a web page, you search for something, and then you go to this complicated web page with 38 tabs and all the pop-ups and the balloons and everything. And that just, what do we do when we don't get the experience that we're looking for? The answer to the question. We exit in 5 seconds. You've got to earn the trust of that prospect. You do that by giving them quality, informative, contemporary, compelling content. Okay, give them quality content. Do you even make it entertaining? I like making people laugh. I like deprecating humor, making fun of myself. Okay, I'm a New Yorker. I talk a little fun. After a beer too, you know what I'm saying here? If I can make people laugh while informing them and sharing wonderful content, I can earn their trust. When you earn another person's trust, guess what happens to your products or services or whatever you're offering? Guess what? They want to find out more about you. They'll watch your other videos. They'll go to your Facebook page. They'll go to your web page. Everybody thinks a web page. Oh, I'm just going to put up a web page, and that's the answer to all my marketing needs. Bullshit. You got to put up your web page is just a place for people are following up after they've seen your social media content. I use YouTube a lot. I love it. I think people I love YouTube. Do you guys, let me ask you, do you guys go on YouTube? I go on every day to YouTube. I love it.
Every day. Yeah.
Every day I go onto YouTube.
Yes.
Yep. Every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love. Have you tried Japanese beer? Absolutely, I love Kirin, Chinese beer at Tsingtao. I love beer from Asia. Japanese beer is wonderful, by the way. Tsingtao is a Chinese beer. It's a great beer, also. But content, you've got to give. If somebody types in beer today, they want to see a video maybe where you're drinking. I'll watch a beer on YouTube where they're drinking different beers and they're telling me what they like and what they don't like. These are what we call influencers.
Yeah. Can
you influence another person by the material that you're sharing with them?
Yeah.
You know, it's like today. I like Elon Musk, so I showed a 5-6 minute video on Elon Musk from YouTube. And then we talked about it for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Someone might find that interesting. Say, gee, that was interesting, Claude. Let me watch his other videos. Then they watch my videos. Then on all my videos, I tell people, I answer my own phone and give my phone number, 970-281-5151. I always give away a free book. I have free books on success and sales by them going to my webpage, claudediamond.com. I have calendars for free 15-minute consultations on my webpage, claudediamond.com. So if I can attract people by giving quality content, entertaining content, and then earn their trust, and then get them to go to my webpage and not have a lot of fluff on it, okay, it's just going to be, that's how I get great quality prospects. And those prospects put mac and cheese on my table. Who is that beautiful young lady?
Yeah.
You got all kinds of kids just
all around me. Yeah, I'm very fertile.
Okay.
Very fertile.
You don't need any mentoring on birth control, do you? What do we have here? We have so I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you sure did. Yes, you sure did.
I just put out content. It can be 2 to 4 minutes long on YouTube. From YouTube, they have a share button, and you can put it into Facebook on your Facebook page. You can put it into Twitter. You can share it on Vimeo. You can insert it into Instagram. All the TikTok, all these other places. And if the title is what someone is searching for, if someone wants to know about lease purchase real estate, and I put my 5 secrets of finding lease purchase buyers, and I put that in there with a nice picture, maybe a graph or a mind map or something, and people search for that. Oh my gosh, they're going to go to my webpage. They're going to maybe share we think if someone just goes to our webpage, they're going to give us their phone number, their email. No, you've got to earn that. We don't want to be inundated by spam or telemarketers anymore. So we only give that information anymore to someone we like and trust. You got to earn that. And you earn that by showing your face on video or a podcast. My friend Joe McCall does these great podcasts and things like that. I watch on Wednesday, Professor Tashiata. Every Wednesday she does a 1-hour broadcast on pop culture and everything, and hopefully people will follow her and then and then maybe buy her services. I don't know if she offers consulting or something like that.
Okay,
but we're in a society where everybody's asking. You've got to give some more, then give even more. And then you have the right to ask. We call that reciprocity.
Reciprocity, yeah.
Absolutely. Let's see here. We're almost out of time, guys. I got to leave in about 2 minutes. What's your best tip for marketing when the customers are businesses as opposed to individuals? What's the best way to reach them and get their attention? Give them value and don't sound like a salesperson. The minute you sound like the traditional scripted sales, you guys know what I'm going to say here. The scripted sales guy. When you sound like, oh, excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, can I take you away from your busy day, your hot meatloaf dinner, and talk to you for 3-4 minutes? What do you think they're going to say? No, because you're not the first guy to go to them. You've got to approach people with pattern interrupts. We've talked a lot about that. We don't have time for that today. Approach people and identify what their need is, and right up front, say, sir, you must have sold that house by now, right? Would you like to sell it today? I'd like to make you an offer today. Now you've got their attention. What is marketing? One word. Attention.
Attention, yes. Marketing is getting your attention.
I've got to get your attention. I've got to earn it, though, first.
Got to get your attention.
Get your attention by doing something, oops, that's Siri. You got to earn you've got to give them content, and you got to do not sound like your competition. Absolutely. We got one more question here. And what's your let's see here. What is a good ratio between limited and general partners when limited finance 100% of the project? I haven't a clue. I don't even understand that question, social experiment. Limited and general partners, it's not something I do. I'm a greedy kind of guy. The only partner I have in life is my wife, financially and life is my wife. I don't want partners basically because I want to make when I make a decision, I want to make that decision. If you mean limited. If you have limited or general partners, make sure that you're the guy who can make all the financial decisions. Okay. Going to a board of directors is my worst nightmare. I have to get other people's opinion. What's the definition of entrepreneurship? One, one person can make a decision about his business.
Wow.
Entree. Yeah. I love democracy. I love free enterprise and capitalism, but I do believe that when you run a business, it should be a benign dictatorship. Okay, basically. So I'm sorry I didn't social experiment. That's probably not the answer you're looking for. But my opinion is I want to sail my own boat.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Gentlemen, I'll give you guys last word.
Great advice.
I'll give you last word. Cheers, man. Drink beer. It's good for you.
Yeah. I'm fasting today. I'm drinking.
Show that Shiner Bock there, Jeff. Get on that camera. That is a great old Texas beer. It's not even expensive. It's right up there with PBR and stuff, isn't it?
A little bit more than that. It was about $16 for 12.
Okay. Real.
But I'm not in Texas, so I got to pay a little bit more for the shipping.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Shiner Bock is generally a pretty inexpensive beer. I was drinking today, just to sum up, a Corona Premier, low carb beer. I'm watching my calories and carbs. I want to stay young and beautiful for you people. And here, this other one is aluminum can. I love these aluminum cans. I don't know if they just keep beer cold. Michelob Ultra, very tasty. For a light beer, it tastes very good.
That's a good commercial right there.
It is. I'm hoping someone from Budweiser,
Good point, Harvard.
will send me a beer someday. Hey, you guys, thanks for joining me and everybody else who's out there. We have a lot of people watching this on all. By the way, Talk About Media. We're on 3 separate Facebook pages. We are on YouTube Live. We are on Periscope Live, and we are on Vimeo Live. Okay. This is marketing, and maybe somebody will watch this and say, you know what, Claude, I'm going to go to your webpage, claudediamond.com, and get a free book or a free consultation and learn more about you and real estate and lease purchasing and gut sales. And that's all I want. If one person contacts me or schedules with me from this little StreamYard, what's the value of that one warm prospect?
Wow. It's priceless.
All right. And this is subjective. There's nothing wrong with a lot of the other marketing out there, but I'd rather speak to one warm prospect a day than waste my time with my auto dialer texting to a lot of people who don't want to be bothered.
Yes, right. That's right.
It's okay Hey, nobody deserves success more than you guys. That Jeff, Harvard, and everybody else. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. I'll see you Monday. Monday, we're having an exam, by the way.
Be there.
We're having a gut sales exam. I'll see you later, gentlemen. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you out there for joining me. Bye-bye. Have a great, safe weekend.